What's going on? Welcome back, everybody. Good to see you again. How you doing this fine Monday in the States, Monday evening in Europe, and Tuesday afternoon here in Australia. Good to see you guys. What's going on? Welcome back. Sorry for my little absence over the weekend there. If you can't tell, can you hear the nasal? Can you hear the nasally?
Pussio, my little pickle. Kombucha.
Can you hear the nasalness?
These nuts. Have a nice day.
I got a bit sick. I think that just usually happens after you go in the fuselage. Guy from McCrowd, thank you so much for the resub. Thank you for the prime. Currently on my own Japan trip, going to Akihabara today. Good luck on the rip. Thank you, King. Guy from McCrowd, if you are still there, go to Play Gym. It doesn't show up in maps. If you can't find it, let me know. Probably the best store in Akihabara. Secrets out. But guy, I'll message you. Definitely, it's like a must go if you're going to go to Akihabara. Asteri, thank you for the 13th month. He's going to say it. Thank you for the sub. I don't know what am I going to say. Play gym. Play gym. Play gym. I'll text you. I'll message you. Thank you for the 30 fucking months, Asteri. Jesus Christ. It doesn't feel like that. That's fucking weird. Thank you, King. The guy from Macau, it said, oh shit. Do card shops that mostly take cash? Well, it's a mix of credit cards and cash. Most will take credit cards. I'd say it's like 80-20 split at the moment. Play gym. Pure Jimu. Type that into Google Maps. What happened to gatekeeping? Listen, you know what? Have Akihabara. That shit is crazy, dude. I saw some shit on that trip. Kaigas, thanks for the free trip to Japan, homie. Kaigas, thank you for the 13 months. I am not paying for shit. You pay your own ticket, bro. I'm trying to get back there. What do you do, Kaigas? What do you do, Kaigas? Huh? What do? You just watch Jeopardy all day. Thank you for the resub, Kaigas. Thank you for the 39 months. Chat, what's going on? Good to see you. Hermit Protege first. Welcome. Good to see you. Here's the many trainer SARs you're going to get. You know, I opened 5 boxes on release because 5 per person at the Pokemon Center at retail. And I haven't opened it since. So actually, I've opened up some loose packs. I lie. So actually kind of keen to get into these boxes that I did get in December, but they just only recently got shipped to me. So
my little pickle. Kombucha.
Yeah.
These nuts. Have a nice
Rare
day.
moment where I'm like excited to open up packs. Good to see you, IQ Gab, though. Mario to Dope, what's good? Grilled cheese could go one of those right now. But my girlfriend put the fresh bread in the freezer. Damien, I guess. Welcome. Good to see you. Is that Shroud? Is that Global? Guy from a crowd. I already said hello. Good to see you again. Faded Angel, what's good? Hello, King. Did you see the Mavs won the draft lottery? I did. NBA's rigged. Sugimasen, is this Guy Jin opening? Yes, this is Guy Jin, straight from Australia, opening up Terastal Festival. It is me. It's me, Guy Jin, your favorite tourist. Man, I'm good to see you, man. Still away. James Beyond, what's good? Optimal Poem, good to see you. Joe Guy, man, what's up? Jaradishi, good to see you. ARS, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I think this is your first time in the stream. It said first time chatter. Put you on the spot. Welcome. Thanks for coming down. You put me on the second monitor. This shit is important. Damn fucking straight. The EV SARs other than Umbreon are getting cheap again. Are they really? Interesting. I mod this chat. You're a mod in the same way that Tarmid is a mod. It's just the title. I do apologize again if I'm like congested. It's like the last day of feeling like this. So it just smacked me in the face on Saturday. So yeah, I kind of just like have to deal with it. And so do you. You got to deal with me sounding like deep and nasally. Thank you for the hype train, by the way. We do like a little bit of a hype train. Peter Pretzel, good to see you. Just got off a 7-day straight, 13 hours shift per day. Holy shit. Are you doing like an internship or something? Or are you doing like your placement? Learning hiragana, thinking I could learn to read Japanese, then realizing kanji is a thing and I have no chance. Look, yeah, but don't stress too much about it. I'll send you the essential kanji for Japan. It's literally like entrance, exit, buy. That's about it. It's literally entrance, exit. It's like the essential kanji. Dude, and kanji is like, don't fucking, learning hiragana is like, that's like huge. Most people don't do that. So Go you. Go you, King. Lawbow, good to see you, Lawbow. Good to see you again. How you going? Soul, good to see ya. What's happening? Soul71. What did I miss over the weekend? Usually part of the reason why I like streaming so much and like more often is because I like to talk about stuff that's been happening. But I gotta say, I think it's been a relatively quiet weekend for Pokemon. It's just been, do you think, okay, is the Pokemon market crashing? It just seems much quieter at the moment. Like, it just seems like there's less like hype. I think singles, like English singles are starting to come down now as well. So like, it feels like people are moving on after the Prismatic shitstorm. That's even with like FaZe Clan and all that doing all the stuff that they were doing with Prismatic and evolving. I don't pay I don't pay too much attention. Literally am like thinking, do I make this video that I want to make about this? I don't know if you guys saw last week, I did a little tweet on the weekend because I was like, I want to do one of those like think, talk, discussion sort of like videos at the moment, but I just can't be fucked with the negative energy that comes with it and the people that get so pissed off. So I'm like, do I even bother? But it's been sitting in my head for about 3 weeks, which is usually a sign to do it. Soul, thank you for the Prime, King. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the Prime. Absolute legend. Thank you for your support. JP Box is still not crashing. I will say that like it feels like Heatwave is sort of almost back down to like chill normal levels. Same with Battle Partners. It's just Team Rocket. Dude, I saw some crazy Team Rocket stuff. I feel like when I came back from and streamed last week, I was still like a little bit like my head was still like overseas. I feel like I didn't really tell you guys all the stuff I saw. There's this one clip I got, right? I saw this guy, I think he was French, not that it matters, but definitely European, right? Filling a suitcase full of Team Rocket booster boxes in a Japanese card store. It was like, dude, that's where you're getting your boxes. Go to pools. Your hair looks like Julius Caesar. Thank you. I am Italian, so that could be part of it, and I'm growing it out. So you were like, get a haircut, bro. Nah, bro. We don't do the short back and sides anymore. We've moved on. Old me. Also, if I look like... I just had a look at that. Neck beard. It's because I don't have any razors, and I'm waiting for them to come. They don't arrive until the 16th, so I'm going to look like this for at least another 4 days. Thank you for the hype train chats. I've seen Team Rocket for 100. It's definitely coming down. Black Bolt and White Flare JP boxes prices seem insane. Well, the thing is that the Japanese middlemen, so when stores talk about like their distributors, it's usually just like, it's like either storefronts in Japan that are backdooring or people that somehow still have a distribution line and are just like, cool, I'm just going to sell it internationally because there's so much demand from rip and shippers. They keep buying it. And so like they keep getting, because they keep buying it. And then the production line of like getting, eventually it just ends with the consumer. So like, it's just gonna keep happening. Even Jake Peralta never got this bad. Well, I actually quite like the curl. I actually really have like, this is me. I'm like really like this at the moment. You guys don't like this hair? That's crazy. The Safari Zone tweet. I don't know if you guys saw that. I was talking about that. That's crazy. Low key, like and I talked about this a little bit on Instagram. Actually, I'm going to talk about this now, right? I knew that this was going to happen, right? Okay, see, this is what I mean, right? We're getting into it. Chat, welcome back to the stream. Good to be back. Nothing's changed. Still fucking idiots everywhere. So, like, let's go to... You guys can see this. So I put this tweet up this morning because I saw this and I just thought that this was fucking, like, insane, right? So this tweet came from Samantha Lutz. _Samantha Lutz _. I seriously don't know how people can defend a store literally threatening to dox someone. This is straight up blackmail. We won't release your personal information except if you ever say something too mean to us. At Jordan Love. This guy here, we like had a thing. Like, I think it was around about when TCG Pocket came out, or like there was something when people were making like stupid ass comments, being like, Pokemon cards, all the good art's gone to Pocket. Fucking physical cards suck. This should be real. You know, that's stupid. Like, there's gonna be people in the chat that are gonna be like, wait, that's how I feel. I think that. And it's like, look, confront the reality. It is a bad take, right? People that are like, oh, the TCG Pocket cards should be physical. Both can coexist. It's fine. Like, not everything digital needs to be physical. It's fine being in the app. We're still getting dope art physical. I do think some of the Pocket art is better than the physical art, but that's the beauty of it. Is like you get both, and I can live without having a physical copy, right? Because like art in my eyeballs, feel good in my brain, happy Julian is usually how it works, whether it's digital or physical, right? So he's blocked me, but it was funny because I saw that this was about him, and look, there's two sides to every coin. However, I don't want to lead with that, so I'm going to take that back because he's been getting into it with Safari Zone, which is a store, and I've seen Safari Zone be fucking like just really like terrible on Twitter, and it just seems to always happen on Twitter because like people like really feel themselves, and then they're just like, you know, I'm just gonna fucking like say what I want, and like if I'm a store, I can defend myself, right? But it actually doesn't work that way. If you're a store, you kind of just gotta like, you gotta take the good with the bad. The good, you make a lot of money out of people, right? Let's be serious. As a Pokemon card store, you're eating good at the moment. The bad, people are gonna whinge, but people whinge no matter what. People always whinge. That's the thing. People will always complain. I struggle with this myself, but like people are gonna complain, and you can't just fight all the time because it like makes you go crazy. But I think they just went a little bit too crazy with this one because they said in response in this beef, don't forget, you are the one hiding behind blocking people and using a fake name. Everyone knows our real names, but don't forget, you did order an Obsidian Flames case from us and cancelled it, so I do know your info. Holy shit. If someone said that to me, I would go fucking crazy. I'd be on the first flight to that store. I would actually be like, book the tickets, I'm going to wherever this is, and I'm fucking ramming a truck through it, is what I would do. With no customers in the store, and no one will get hurt. But that is what I would do, because that's crazy. The audacity to say that, that is like ultimate, like it's time to throw hands moments, right? Like the audacity to say, I do know your info like that, and then sign it off with these little tildes, and then Dan is fucking insane, right? So I don't like this trend, and like this isn't even exclusive. This isn't exclusive to this store, right? This isn't exclusive to this store because stores are privately run, and there's usually a person behind it, and they get like, I feel like what happens is people get like too involved in like the social media back and forth, and they get too comfortable, and like they lose the professionalism. I think at the end of the day, a store always needs to stay professional through the criticism, right? These guys bait it out of people, and I've seen them bait out of people over the last few months. It's like they're looking for fights, and I just hate it. I hate stores that act like this, right? So I made a tweet because I just was like, it's like a harmless little tweet. Why do Pokemon card store owners act like mob bosses? And it's true. A lot of stores act like mod bosses at the moment. Like, it's the condescending, it's the belittling, it's the, you know, I make the money, or like, I've got the cards, you don't know shit. That's the one that pisses me off. I've been on the receiving end of that. It's like, you don't know what you're talking about because I run a store and I order cards. I therefore know more about this topic than you do, so you got to shut up. It's that like logic that really pisses me off. And you can't deny that you see it a lot online. Like a lot of us can see it. But yeah, I knew that this was going to happen, right? This is crazy, right? I knew this was a bit of a garbage generalization. Well, did I say like every card store? Did I say every card store? I think the fact that like I have retweeted this specific store, right, means that I'm not saying every single card store, right? But you can comment on a bad trend without dragging every fucking like every card store into it and making it a generalization. It's not a generalization. I did not generalize, right? Fuck. Sometimes it just feels like people are looking for an excuse to like, but I hate this kind of comment because it like hand waves the problem So like, what do I even say to this? Yeah, I'm pretty. Look, man, I think it was pretty clear by the tweet that I didn't mean every single card store on the planet. Please don't take like I just want to say like fucking use some fucking like some like problem solving, you know, like some actual like reasoning, you know what I mean? Like, come on, like I just want to backhand this tweet into the fucking sun. These ones really piss me off because they like some critical thinking. Is that what it is? Playing Twitter? Yeah, we're playing Twitter today. Is it critical? Like, it is literally critical thinking. It's literally critical thinking. Fishy, thank you for the prime, you absolute legend. Oh! You really do love me? I'm the best? I'm not. I'm actually the worst. Because I do stuff like this. I'm always like, hey guys, we're going to open Terastal Festival. Fuck you, bitches! This is every fucking time. I actually haven't even read this tweet. Okay, think about this, right? I actually haven't even read it. I think I read the first 4 words and I just instantly went, fucking, you're so stupid. No shot. I'm going to read it now. A bit of a garbage generalization. Majority of the card store owners here in South Australia make sure they're... Response sorted, chat. Make sure their customers are treated well and have product in the... One bad person doesn't speak for all of them. Just sucks people like this get wrapped in with the good ones. I can't do that. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm just leaving it at that. Sorry for mentioning the Savari Zone tweet. Nah, Sanga fan, you're good, bro. You're the king. I notice people online seem to be purposefully obtuse. Oh my god, I love those 2 words. I love them. Purposefully obtuse way more often. Yes, it's literally, it's that fucking, what's that picture?
My little pickle.
The saying is one bad apple spoils
you
the
hate
bunch.
society.
Have a nice
Well, you know that
day.
one where it's like, you hate society, yet you partake in it. It's this guy. It's literally this guy. That's what these people are. Why has society forgotten that the saying is one bad apple spoils the bunch? You know, the actual crux of it is, right, is that by hand waving stores and like not actually magnifying stores that do this shit, it becomes more and more normal. That's why if you go on, okay, so like if you go on YouTube, you guys ever heard of YouTube.com? If you go on YouTube, right? Oh, hang on. I think my girlfriend has to get surgery. Oh, she doesn't. She just gets hand therapy. She broke her finger playing football. If you go on YouTube, any store that uses social media as like a platform to direct traffic from like YouTube to their store, right? I'm not going to name any of these because I can't be fucked with the fallout. But any store that does that almost always is like super, super condescending to critics or their customers, right? And it does spoil the whole core because my feeling in my heart, right, my gut is that most card stores are just fucking painful. And someone else replied to this, and I would rather just go, this right here, this is the main reason why people would rather shop retail big box. No professionalism whatsoever. I do not want a relationship with my card store, unfortunately, because almost every single time I've had a relationship with a card store, it's gone bad. Like, there's one card store, I'm not going to name them, I'll never go to them again. They're in Melbourne. I will never go there again. Someone was like, oh, that'll spoil it. But like, I will never, ever, ever go there again because I had one experience where they got too big for their boots and did something that pissed me off, related to me. And I was just like, well, I hope your fucking business fails because that's literally how I operate now. And it was just another one of like, yep, this is why I don't want to know the people that I buy the stuff from, right? Now, it's not all card stores, right? Not all LGSs, but a lot of them are just getting too brazen, and it's annoying. It's annoying. It's frankly just annoying, right? And I made a little bit I did a little bit of an Instagram story. I'm gonna pull up on the screen because it articulates how I feel about this very well. I feel. Okay. So, this is like a personal thing, but like it really does feel that as a creator, it's harder and harder to like speak about how you feel, because if you do, right, speak about these ways about brands, sometimes it feels like you might end up in like the bad books for brands in general. And so you may never get another brand deal, right? And that's bad because for a lot of channels, brand deals and like ad inserts and stuff like that are the foundation of the channel and keep the lights on. Because for any creator that doesn't have a store, you are relying primarily on stuff like subs, donos, ad revenue from YouTube, and affiliate links, marketing, stuff like that, and then like actual brand deals. So as a creator, I've really struggled with this recently. It's like, fuck, do I say something about this? Or do I just like keep my mouth shut? But the issue is that if the creator then keeps their mouth shut because they're worried about not getting a deal, then they essentially silence their audience, because like a lot of you guys in the chat feel the same way about the stuff I'm talking about here. So if I don't speak about it, it silences you, and then I look like spineless, right? So like it's a really difficult thing to navigate, because it's like you don't want to miss a brand deal, because a brand deal can like help propel and like keep your channel moving forward, but you also want to like speak up about stuff. And like if I feel like if people don't speak up about stuff like this, then it just becomes more and more and more normalized, and then we end up in a shitstorm. And that's pretty much why we're in the spot we're in right now with normalizing things, because, and this is why I kind of want to make my video, right? Sorry, I am reading chat while I'm like spitting my shit, but like all that stuff with like FaZe Clan and stuff has been, and like them opening up all those packs and buying all those packs from scalpers and then facilitating the cycle again is normalized, because they're doing the bad thing, but people are watching. So everyone can agree that it's bad. Everyone can agree that like opening packs to that extent is bad. That paying scalpers and opening and paying that much for packs is bad, right? And then like chucking cards and shit on the ground and like being generally a dick is bad. But despite all that, people are still watching, and that's because that behavior has been normalized. They are doing it because they know that they can get away with it. They are getting away with it, and they know that they can get away with it because nobody is stopping them. Nobody is stopping them because too many people are too scared to actually speak about the topic, and so the cycle continues. So that's how I feel about this stuff with card stores doing shit like this. I try not to like take a dump on them, but in this instance, when you're throwing a threat, this is a veiled threat. Like the capitalization on do is like, just remember, I know where you fucking live, right? So just like next time you want to run your mouth, just remember, I know where you live is like insane. And I think anybody who like, I will go as far as to say, because like I don't want to like cut into someone else's lunch, but I'll go this far to say, if you work with this store and this brand, zero integrity. I'm sorry, like zero integrity. Like, how could you in good conscience continue to work and represent? And I don't know anyone who does, but I'm just saying, like, if it's out there, like, how could you in good conscience, like, continue to work and operate with a store that acts like this? That's fucking crazy, man. Crazy. So that's my huge ass rant. Oh, Catback, what's good? Good to see you. We've been so cooked for so long, I have serious doubts things will ever return to a normalized state. There's so much money to be made through a fun hobby that places like stores and resellers around the world will keep this shit going on, pumping, dumping, etc. Yeah, look, that's how it felt. That's how I feel largely too. I do think about it all the time, like, is this ever going back? Maybe it's not. It can slowly get back to normal, I think, if more and more people are like radicalized with this kind of thinking, because at the end of the day, we're a minority here. So like the things I say and the way I think is we're a minority. So the only way to, I think, get back is to like normalize this type of thinking. Like, what we're saying here and like spread that out into the open, into more people. It's why in that last YouTube video that I put up, the one where I was comparing the prices for Team Rocket, it was like, I'm like, yeah, most people who watch my channel know that the prices of Rocket come down, and the prices of Japanese singles come down over time. But then I was like, yeah, but like a lot of new people don't. That's why I was like, I think this will like be a decent video to show people like, hey, Japanese always fucking like hits the bed, like 40 to 50%, 40%, like after 2 or 3 weeks. And I said that at the end of the video too, to really drive that point in. Yeah, no, Catback, I feel you, man. Like, I don't want to be a doomer either. Like, logically, I want to say, like, yeah, things will go back to normal eventually. But also, like, it can't just keep going like this and then going back to normal. Like, eventually, it's not going to... Eventually, this will be the new normal. So... And, like, we're coming up to the 30th anniversary. So, like... I think, like, we're coming up to 30th anniversary. So, like, how... Like, logically... Like, how can it actually, like, get better coming into 30th? That's why I'm like, what's going on? Especially if they do something like crazy. Still not professional, but I could see a world where it wasn't a malicious statement. They could have felt threatened themselves and were sick of people thinking they can bash you anonymously. And they were just reminding them that they aren't anonymous, but yeah, still not a great look. I got to disagree, Formula. I think at the end of the day, a store needs to have restraint. Like, it's part of running a store. Like, it's not easy. Like, it's not easy to run a store, but you have to have some level of professionalism. And I think one of the fundamental rules of running a store is that you will not threaten your customers or past customers or basically threaten anybody. I think if you do that, I'm just like, I'm preying on your downfall. Like, I have front row seats to your downfall. So, because at the end of the day, stores will continue to make money in this climate. So they get the benefit from, like, they're eating good. Like, they're getting all the benefit of this up climate, right? They're still making money, right? They just got to deal with people online. Dude, I got to fucking deal with people online all the time. I don't even sell shit. So, like, get the fucking rose emoji, like, put the rose emoji in the chat, because I'm feeling zero sympathy, bro. Sorry, for stores. I feel zero sympathy for stores. Like, you think you got it hard, bro. You literally just put a box in a box. At the end of the day, that's what a card store does. I'm sorry. You put a box in a box and then you send it out. Like, it's not fucking deep. You just put a box in a box. You take out a loan. I'm really simplifying it, but like, really at the end of the day, like, you get a lot of money. You either earn the money somewhere and build up the capital, or you take out a loan and then you buy something from someone who's selling it, and then you put it in a box and put it in another box and send it to a customer. That's literally it. Like, it's not like you're fucking out here. You're not fucking doing brain surgery. Like, you're not a fucking hospital. You're not a doctor. Like, you're not a scientist. Like, at the end of the day, you're just putting a box in a box. I got zero sympathy. I can't. That'll be a controversial take, but I can't, because, like, you do so little. I said it. You do. Yeah, I said it. You don't do it. Okay. Rephrase, you don't do enough to warrant threatening people. That's where I land. I'm landing there. Hello, Scary Asian Mike. Good to see you, man. A store can have their own views and make statements as they wish, but any like leaking or alluding to leaking private information is definitely not good. Yeah, it's crazy, man. I'm good. I'm just, it's been a while since I streamed. Ghost Patrol, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Boxception. Look, it really is what it is. Like, it is what it is. At the end of the day, it's like, you set up a website, you list the items, you go to Shopify, and then you like secure, secure a distributor. Dude, it's literally just go on Instagram. There's those Japanese accounts that are like, we will sell Japanese Pokemon cards to you at a good price. And then, like, you message them, hey, I want to buy your shit. Cool, I'll send it to you. You buy it. They send it. You have it now. And then it's like, cool, I will now put it in a box and send it to you. That's it. It's not that deep. Just getting the crash out in early. Oh, that's not a crash out. That's me warming up. I'm just warming up, baby.
Kombucha.
I'm just warming up.
These nuts.
How much do you have
Have
to
a
do to
nice
be
day.
warranted in threatening people? Oh, did I speak about this? I feel like I spoke about this either last stream or maybe I was speaking about it privately. I think I was speaking about it privately. Okay, so like I was speaking about this with a couple of my mates. I think it might have been last week. So I was like, okay, it's like arrogance. Okay, so like if this is gonna fuck. Which we're moving into new ground here, chat. Okay, so I was talking with my mates the other night. All right, and I was saying like, it's the audacity. Okay, so like if someone comes up to me and is like acting really like arrogant, like super arrogant, and like I'm better than you, and like whatever, right? They're just like huge ego, and they're like a baby brain surgeon. Like they're literally every single day they are saving like 10 lives, 10 babies. Their baby saving rap sheet is like 3,000 babies saved per year, right? They have like a point because like they're not perfect, but they have like a point. Let's say maybe they are perfect, right? But they have like a 0.5% failure rate with like saving babies. That's their job. And they come in and they're like, I'm fucking better than you. I'll do what I want. I'll say what I want. You're a piece of shit, right? And they're like really just like talking down at me. You know what? I would be like, go off, King. Just actually like go off. You actually like earned that. You earned that. Peace out, Mitchie. Okay? I'd be like, you actually like earned that level of ego. And you know what? I'm not saying anything. I'm actually going to shut my mouth. Right? But if it's like, you have like this huge ego, but you don't actually like contribute anything to the world and society, then it's for me, I'm like, what's going on here? And like, I don't like, it's not how I operate. Like, I don't operate on like a merit-based system. It's like, what do you do for work? And like, what is your role in society? And based on that, that's how I'm going to interact and speak with you. But there is like this subconsciously as humans, like we are operating like that. Like we just can't turn it off, right? Because like we're pack creatures and like we're tribal, like in our core. So like we respect the authority. Like we can't help but do that. And even though like we've mentally and emotionally evolved and like we're intelligent and we can think rationally and like process these things that we couldn't hundreds, thousands, whatever, 10,000 years ago, those feelings are like still deep rooted in our DNA. And so it's hard not to respect someone that is doing something incredible. And it's hard not to feel insulted by someone who you don't respect, treating you like a fool or an idiot. So that was a conversation I was having with my friends. We're just like talking about it. Cause like, can you tell? I like to fucking talk. I like to run my mouth and talk a lot, but I have this habit of just asking these questions. Like a classic with my buddies is like at the end of the, one day, like it was like 10 years ago. And I was like, at the end of the day, a gym is just a room with heavy objects that you pick up and put back down. And it's like this long running fucking joke where like, I'm an idiot for saying that, but am I wrong? Like, am I fundamentally wrong? So like, I like to ask the question of like, you know the questions where it's like, would you rather be like, those questions where it's like, would you rather be like kicked in the balls or like someone break your arm? Those, it's just, that's me. That's what I do. So I couldn't remember, did I have this conversation online or with my mates? And it was with my mate. So that's where I'm kind of like with the card stores. I'm like, nah, come on. Like you actually like, you are not carrying like enough energy to walk around and be like, I know your info. Like this is absolutely like outrageous. And you've got to like you got to go down for this. And yes, I'd also rather get kicked in the nuts than have my arm in a cast for a year. Respect is earned and then given. I feel like coming to every interaction, giving respect is like the best strategy. Like always coming to every interaction, giving respect. But like as you like interact with a new person or whatever, like you slowly work out like, do I actually respect you or not? And it's like you can gauge it by the things that people are saying. But you should always come into every interaction being like, we are equal. If not, you are higher than me because like, we're speaking right now. That's how I always like to go into it because it's just better that way, rather than go into every interaction being like this guy's a fucking idiot. Like, I'm coming in hot. I hate that. Can't handle that. It's like, come on, man. We haven't even like said one word to each other. That's actually F who said this. Oh, it was this store here. The rant was about this store, Safari Zone. And they've been like playing up like this on Twitter for like months now. Like, they're just like really feeling themselves. They got into beef with this guy, Jordan. And I mean, like, he's easy to get into beef with, but I do not think that they deserve that. And I don't know the full extent of the beef, but I still don't think it warrants this kind of reaction from a store, threatening them and basically saying, at the end of the day, I know your info. Akin Titan, good to see you, man. They've been unhinged for a minute. Atrocious Jake, I didn't even see that. Sorry, man. I was like in a frenzy. You know when like basketball players shooting lights out and they're just like putting them up and they're just all going in and they're literally in the zone? I was in the zone. I'm so sorry, Atrocious Jake. 41, God, we're old. Dude, I'm going to miss the stream. I got to go back and look at my stream anniversary. I feel like it's this month. The numbers are suggesting it's this month. I'm seeing a lot of like 48 month anniversaries, 41 month. Kygus will probably know. Somebody said, did you see that the Mavs got pick 1? The Mavs are dead to me, man. I did see it, but the Mavs are dead to me. Murray, good to see you, Murray. Smokey, good to see you. I got in here late. Did you mention if Japan is happening yet? Okay, so do I want to talk about that right now? Let's get into let's do the opening stuff. I don't want to I know what you came here for. You guys want to see some stuff get open. I want to open some stuff too. Let me get the package. It's right here. The package has my personal information on it. So how do we do this? Oh, you bought children's trading cards? Here's your exact location and immediate family members. My sister is, so my sister had a bit of a cancer scare, as in like she has there was a tumor. I don't want to go too deep into it, but she's getting treatment at the moment. She finished her treatment today, which is fantastic. And she's feeling good. So I called her and I was like, you know, how you going, blah, blah, blah. And she's telling me about work and one of her clients said, like, she won't get in trouble for this, but one of her clients said, like, just for full transparency, like, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to say exactly what they said because it was pertaining to her, but they were like, just for full transparency, this other thing that makes you look bad. And they wrote that in an email. And like, you know, because I don't work in a corporate environment anymore. I like work privately for the most part. And I was like, fuck, I do not miss that at all. But I was just like, how insane that like, she's like really going through it, right? That's why she's dealing with a lot. And like, she's dealing with clients saying shit like that. And it's just so fucking crazy, man. It's like, how people like will jump from like saying like the most like petty fucked up shit is so wild. It's like, there's like, that is a person. Like, think about it. Most of us, can we all agree? All right. Okay. And if you're up tremendously good, if you are like having the greatest time of your life and your life is like giga perfect and you're having an amazing run, please say so. Actually, like, say so. I like, happy for you. I'm not even like being like sarcastic, condescending, but I think we can all, like, pretty much everyone can say we're probably like carrying some like mental load. Like, life's not great. Life's been better. We're usually like, we're looking for a release or a distraction. Sorry if I'm reminding you about it, right? But like, I'd say like most people are like going through it. Like, they're either like sick, they got like stuff going on at home with like family, or like they're just like not having a great time. You know what I mean? Like, they could be having like mental health struggles. You actually just don't know. I would say like in this day and age, like more and more people right now are feeling that way because like we're in a bit of a like, the world is like, there's a lot of uncertainty in the world. So like most people will feel like that at the moment. And so like, that's why it's so crazy to just like lead with that energy. Like, sometimes you got to like slap someone up. I get it. You got to like, you give a bit of a little like a backhand, all right? But like to lead with it is crazy. It's like leading with it is just so crazy to me because you just don't know what's going on. And like there's a high likelihood that they're probably rather going through it. So like leading with a backhander is just, or like a fucking right hook is so crazy to me. So just, yeah. Oh, you wanted to buy some cards? I'm going to drone strike your location. Harry West, thank you so much for the Prime. Loving the Japan content. I hope it was a good trip. It was a great trip. Thank you very much. I'm actually thinking of going back, which is crazy. So I said I would talk about that while I did this. Let me get a thing. So to open this, I have to reveal my location, which I don't want to do. So I'm going to flip it and do it this way instead. I don't think you really need to see like the full opening of it to understand that it is a open package, right? One day I'm going to really hurt myself with this knife. Like accidentally, not on purpose. Am I getting like dirty hands from this? Hang on.
Onishizukumo, it's just a scarier version. And Manuda. Emahana Riri no Zenryoku. Getting a little bit worried. Maybe this could be a box where we don't see many GX cards, but no. I know how this works. I've done this before. It ain't my first rodeo, so don't worry about that. Okay, we've got Taipunuru. We got...
Okay. That screen is just so handy. Honestly, that is a very convenient screen.
Pussio.
Oh, Brensei. What fantastic timing.
These nuts.
Fantastic timing. Thank you so much for the resub, Brensei. Thank you for the 6 months in a row. Or 6 months of Prime, you legend. How you going today? Free Joe's cards. Yeah, they're here. I saw your message. I said I better get on it, all right? So with Japan, right? I know this is really sudden, but it was really fun, and I think you guys enjoyed it. So I do want to go back. And I want to go back in like 3 weeks, which seems crazy. I just don't know whether it's like really worth it. I just don't know whether it's like too like impulsive. I've thought about it like a lot. I've been thinking about it since like 2 weeks ago. And I've been like looking at like numbers, money and stuff because it is a thing financially. But I feel like it's just... It feels like it's like going back and then covering black and white is just like such a fucking like, I can only do it once. You know what I mean? Like I can only like, I want to go back and cover it. There's a certain way I want to cover it that's different. So if I go back, I won't be in Tokyo. I'll be in a different city. Right? But I'm looking at like the timeline for like the rest of the year and the releases, and it's like, there's Black Bolt, and then there's nothing until like August, which is the mega set. But that's around my birthday and Sigma's birthday, so like I don't want to be away. So like August is like ruled out, no travel. So I would skip August, and then it's like, okay, the next trip would be like October or November, likely November, and then like try to do it again next year. Because like I want this to be a thing. Would it make more sense to go back when the high class set releases in December? I want this to be the thing that I do. That's the whole point. I don't want it to be like once a year. I want it to be like, oh, like I want it to be so that when you come to my stream, it's like, you know that like I'm doing some cool shit. It's like he's either in Japan or like, I like doing box opening stuff, but there's more stuff that I want to do. But I liked the energy that we had in the chat, like just in general while I was there streaming. Like it was good. It was fun. And it felt correct. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like right. It felt like what I was meant to be doing. The only hurdle is that, yeah, I live in Australia, not Japan. Somebody said, would I ever live in Japan? In an ideal world, if I had like if I had PewDiePie money, obviously like the PewDiePie model is like the ideal model. Like I don't want to have to like work and slog there in a traditional job. If I could work there as a creator, for sure. But at the same time, like my family's here, and so like I don't want to be too far apart. But I feel like being able to like do it intermittently is like fine. There's a lot of people just saying, yes, just do it. Just do it. Mike said, take me with. There's someone else I got to take with. Well, 2 other people actually. They wouldn't come on this trip, but I would, after this next trip, if I do June, then the next trip would be with my family. And I would like to have my family come as much as they can. So, just a more straight up question. Did you see an uptick of engagement in all your media when you went to Japan to cover Rocket? Because if so, then this is steps towards being able to do it more regularly. And that's like where we kind of landed. Like, full disclosure, like obviously like we had like more followers. There's been more subs and support than ever, which is like incredible. So thank you. That's like all you guys, which to me is like, it's like a signal. It's like you guys liked it so much. You believed in it so much, so you were like, cool, let me help out in the way that I can, whether it was a prime or a gifted or a dono. And so that for me, it's not like, I don't want it to be like, oh, like I'm making money from it, I got to keep doing it. It's more like if I'm going to keep doing content, it's got to be like self-sustaining. It's got to be sustainable, right? So it doesn't like put me and my family broke. So it can't be too self-indulgent. It's got to be fun as well. And like, that's a big thing. And it's going to be creative and innovative, and I felt like it ticks all those boxes, which is why I'm like,
my little pickle kombucha,
you know?
These nuts. Have a nice
not
day.
a shock that the Japan content bangs. Yeah, it's no secret, right? Jake, thank you so much for the prime, you absolute legend. Thank you so much for your support. These are some boxes of Terafest. So yeah, I'm leaning towards it. Look, I'm not gonna lie, there were some flights today. The flights are the cheapest they're going to be. I basically have to decide today. So I think I'm like 80% of the way there. I think I just need a jump. I think I literally just need to like fucking rip it. The thing that does hurt me is like, I'm thinking like, fuck, I'm not going to see Sigma for a while, but I've mapped it out and it's 10 days. It's not as long as this last trip. I've got like a full plan and it's only 10 days. And I think my heart can do 10 days. So like 10 days is like, because the other thing is like, you don't want to be like the bad dad as well.
For your plane ticket.
But like, it's also like, I'm building this towards for them as well. Like it's not too crazy. So Buzz Bunny, thank you so much for the dono, you absolute legend. Thank you for your support. This isn't mine, but I'm opening it. I don't even know what it is. Oh, it's a card by So-So. This is for Joe. Well, there you go, Joe. That's yours. Thank you, Buzz Bunny, for your support. Did you know that there's TTS when you do that? If I was Richie Rich, it would be sick to tag along at least once. If you just sell some of your Pokemon card boxes, you could just come. That's also what I'm doing, which feels crazy. So I'm like severing part of my collection to fund that stuff. But like, I'm fine with that. Okay. This isn't mine, but it looks cool. I'm guessing this is part of Joe's So-So collection. I'm not going to open it as much as I would like to, but that's yours, Joe. So I've got that here. If you didn't know, So-So does not exclusively draw Pokemon. It looks like they draw Kamen Rider as well. They've done a bit of One Piece too. How much were these, Joe? You can if you like. I don't think I need to. I don't know what's in that cardboard. Peace out, Scary Asian Mike. As always, so good to see you in the chat. Catch you soon. You spent 200,000 yen on 4 cards. That is quite intense.
Below 1,000.
Formula. I'm going to buy you lunch on Saturday. Formula, thank you for the $22 dono, you absolute legend. Thank you for your support, King. That's 1/3. So I did turn the day trip stream goal from last Japan trip into just go back to Japan dono goal. So that's why it's carrying on and it's still so high. I'm debating October and Feb 2026 for my next Japan trip. They're the cheapest months to fly where I am. October's a great time to go because it's still kind of warm, but it is getting colder. February's a little bit colder, but also not a bad time. It just rains a little bit more often. For me, the rain is really annoying, especially because you're like walking around so much. All right. This... Bren made like a mystery bag stuff thing for me. Oh, this is cool. You know, a friend of mine recently just did this. He's been in Kumamoto for like the last like week or so. Special ECT store access. Okay. Is this just, you just give me pamphlets? I can't really do too much with this. This is cool. Is this your mystery box that you made? Okay, maybe he wasn't doing that. He was just going to all the statues. He drove around all of Kumamoto. Sent me all the pictures. This is from 2020. This is from 23. This is old. Thank you, Bran. What's up, Nicholas? Good to see you again. I'm just opening up a package from Japan. This looks like it'll be fun for little Sigma. I'll do this with Sigma. The mat is rare? What? Which one? The Pokemon one? How is this rare? Do I open it? You know, I'm in the... I don't want to make more clutter. I'm sorry. Wasn't supposed to bend. I think that'll straighten up in under a book. It's just slightly creased. It's a vent organizer only. Well, thank you for the very kind gift. I think my girlfriend will kill me if I put more stuff on the dinner table that isn't food. Okay. There's a lot more. Yeah, this is looking crazy. What is this? I'm going to open one of these. There's 10 different types. I don't even remember what this is. What is this? I've never opened this in my life. Oh, I think I know what these are. Oh no, these are different. What are these? Are these just like... Well, these are fucking dope. This is just for like sorting... How did you get these? Terastal battle. How did you get these? You have all 10 there. It took me a while to get them. Should I just like not open them? Did you look at these? Did you look at the plastic? Did you look at the plastic? Did you look through the plastic? I feel like you looked through the plastic. Do you guys want to change your music from drum and bass just quietly? We can go fusion jazz. I mean, personally, I love some fusion jazz. Top left corner and a torch. These are pretty dope though. All right, you know what? I'm not going to open... Am I going to open them all up? I don't care about them being sealed or anything. I just care about not wrecking them. But they don't really get wrecked by like residue. I can just put them back in. Which one will look dope? I feel like Psychic will look like crazy. Yeah, they're pretty sick. Where were these distributed? Give us the lore, brand say. I don't know. So like there is an end goal with the Japan trips. Because like I don't want to go back like I've done what I need to in Tokyo. There is a little bit that I would still like to cover actually in Tokyo, but not enough to be like, I'm going to spend a whole trip there. But I would say that this next trip is almost like experimental in the way that I want to, in like what I want to film and do. But if it like works, I'd be like, I'd be really happy because it's like exactly what I want to do as content. Is there anything in Kyoto? There is. I would need to go back to Kyoto to cover it properly. So in the trip that I did last year, I did go to Kobe and Kyoto. Kobe, Kyoto. I went to both. But I only went for like a day, like 6-8 hours, which was like enough to cover it-ish, but not in the way that I want to. I don't want to do like half-ass covers of the trip. What's up, PP man? Because like one thing that I've been thinking about lately is like how much, like do people really want to see like what I originally started the channel doing, where I was just like opening up one box as it came, like each release as it came out? Like, is that what people who sub to jluv want to see every day, like week in, week out? And I think the answer is no. I don't think it is, right? But like, what is it that you want to see? Is my question. So I'm always like, my answer to that is like, well, you don't know what you want to see, but you want to see something cool. So I'll just make something cool. So that's kind of how I like approach making videos. So it's like, it's a question to you guys. I knew that this one would be dope, by the way. Thank you, Bran. It's a question to you guys, but also it's a question I kind of know the answer to. My buddy legit opened 2 ETBs of Prismatic and got cooked. I want to see all your artist binders. All right, I'm going to tell you this. You guys convinced me to show all the cards I bought from the trip in the last stream. Oh, hang on, my mum's calling. I just got to check. This is important. Sorry, chat. She called to say, how's being a dad? And I was like, it's fine. I was like, is everything okay? She's like, yeah, just calling to see what's up. I'll call her back after stream. When you get to my age, which is like pretty young, just quietly, you answer every call from your parents. You're never like, nah. You just never know, man. I should have been like, listen, watch the stream like everybody else, all right? What do you think this is? You just call me, get in the stream, Prime or Dono, and then I'll answer your question. Can you imagine just being like, how am I? You know I'm fucking streaming right now. Either Prime, Dono, or TTS, or don't fucking call this number again. Get her on the stream? Nah. Yeah, she actually would be pretty good on the stream. I get all my like yappy talkativeness from her. I didn't dono wall her. She like dono walled herself. She was like, you're streaming? Oh, I'll talk to you later. She left. She's like my #1 advocate of like, what you do is important. Not that like others in my family aren't, but like it took them a lot longer. This one's fucking really cool. Bren, thank you, man. These are dope. It took me a lot longer to convince the rest of like my family that like this has some degree of like importance to what I do. But mom was always like, I'm your #1 supporter. What you do is super important. Priority #1, go for it, king. But that's mum's for you, eh? They're pretty dope like that. This one's cool too. But yeah, when I was talking about like gatekeeping what I bought from Japan, you guys were like, do it, make a video, like show all the cards. So tomorrow when I'm not as nasally, or maybe Thursday, I'll film it. I'll just go through like every card I bought. I'm not gonna like, I'm obviously gonna include them in the Japan City card store videos, but those will take some time to come out. And I just want to show you guys what I bought. So, and people want to see that too. So I'll get that going. You like the dragon one? That's funny. I thought it was the least cool Lorbeer. I really gotta turn Nightbot off. You like okJLUV? Enjoy videos? What a stupid fucking question, dude. These are cool, man. I think the dark and the psychic ones were the coolest ones. Yo, what's up, Tiny Tortillas? Yeah, I really gotta change Nightbot. Nightbot is so out of date, man. Like okJLUV, enjoy videos, then subscribe at YouTube. That's the best I could come up with. You know, I didn't really buy much E-Series. I felt like E-Series was like overpriced. That's crazy. I replied to that guy and then they just wrote, sure, man. They literally just wrote, sure. That's so crazy. What? They just wrote, sure. What? They just wrote, sure. People, man. People, man. Whoa. Seriously, do not argue with me because I will take the bait every time and I will ultimately beat the hell out of the argument. You will win because you will wait, like you'll erase my time, but also like, actually, you know what? If I tweet while I stream, it's fucking awesome because then I don't waste my time. What? That's why fucking Hassan does it, bro. That's what I said. They just wrote sure. This one actually annoys me because they're Australian and it's this weird like tall poppy syndrome thing that we have here where like a lot of Aussies feel the need to just like cut other Aussies down. I don't know why. I don't know why. This tweet had nothing to do with the store in South Australia, which is like a city, it's a state in Australia, okay? This tweet had nothing to do with this store in South Australia. Like, it had zero to do with them. We already know that one bad person doesn't speak for all of them. You made this about, you just made this about South Australia by inserting it into the conversation. It was clear that I did not mean every single fucking card store. I said, why do Pokemon card store owners act like mob bosses? Referring to one. Critical thinking, you can fucking connect the dots. I'm talking about this one and I'm talking about the ones that do it. Obviously, your store that doesn't do it, doesn't do it. So I don't need to say, disclaimer, not every fucking store. Even having said that, I did actually fucking tweet that. I said, for what it's worth, not all card stores. And then they still skipped that and posted that and said this after. I said this at what? 11:31 a.m. They posted this at 11:54. So 23 minutes later, they fucking scrolled. Now I'm going to fucking flame this idiot. Sorry. But 23 minutes later, you fucking scrolled past this bit and then you came and you took this stupid, you put this shit on my screen. You put this shit on my screen. So now you're fucking, like, now you're just an idiot. Uh-oh, jluv called someone an idiot. Fucking cancel him. Anyway, that's what I said. I said, that's it. That's it. Dude, Zanga fan, it actually is. It's the I like pancakes, so you hate waffles. It actually is. Are we opening packs yet? No, we're never fucking getting to the fireworks factory because I got to deal with this shit all the time. You see the shit I got to deal with? And then that... All right, what's this? Oh, nice, dude. I remember when you were getting these. These are all the... Oh, this one's fucking sick. Thank you, Bren. These were from the... These were hard to get, weren't they? Thank you, King. These were from the... I can't even remember. It was 2 years ago now, wasn't it? There was an event in Kumamoto, right? Bren, you're going to have to, like, recap what this was, because I cannot remember. Psycho Jump promos. Oh, you're a One Piece card collector? Name every single promo and where it came from. These are dope, man. Weren't these the ones from the exhibition? There wasn't... I feel like there was an exhibition. ...2024 V-Jump October, November, December. I don't know what's in these. Dude, my mate is going to be like very jealous of these. I have a very cool thing that I can't show you guys. I don't want to show it, but it's very cool. Why would I even say that? It's One Piece related. My mate just came back from visiting all of these statues through Kumamoto. Did you have to get these at... Did you get these at each statue, Brent? You had to go to each statue to get these. That's crazy, man. Bren say like forced this mystery pack on me. He was like, let me do it. Let me do it. Let me do it. Yeah, I know. That's what he's saying. He said it was like a 6-hour slog. Okay, that's kind of dope. Man, there are so many goddamn One Piece promos in Japan.
Pussyo.
Meme Six, what's going on, King? Thank you for the resub. Thank you for the prime. Thank you for the 7 months, Meme Six. Meme Six, you missed a banger. It's been going on this afternoon. I think I picked up one of these during Worlds. I feel like I have this somewhere. Meme Six, thank you for the 7 months, you absolute legend. I feel like I have this as well. Thank you. And I definitely have this one. I see this one in my storage. Thank you, Bran. These are from Theme Decks, 3 years worth. This one, I think it's this one that I have. It's these two that I don't, which means now I have these two coins. Is this one? Yeah, these coins are different. It matters, chat. The coins are different, chat. It matters. You spoiled me. It does matter. Thank you, Bran. All right. I'll open up some Terrafest. Thank you again, King. These are dope. I'm really happy with, like, these are fucking sick. And these from the fucking statues, dude, these are insane. You said there's a mix of first edition and second. How can you tell? That's what it is. It was the Kumamoto Revival Project. Dude, it feels like it was not that long ago when you were talking to me about this. These are prohibited from resale. What? How do people even resell these? The map's in the back. One is Kumamoto. One. Oh, you can open it. If you show me the front, like, oh, the map? What? How can you tell? Hi, jluv. Love from Singapore. Hello. I've been wanting to learn Japanese for the longest time. Did you learn it on your own? And do you have any tips or advice? I did and I didn't. So I had a... This looks like it's a different map. I had a private tutor, but a lot of the work that you got to do is work that you got to do on your own. So really, my number one tip is learn hiragana and katakana in like 2 or 3 weeks. And if you can do that on your own, then I would deem you have what it takes to continue down the path. I say that because there's a lot of hard work involved. And if you can't do that first step, which is like learn those on your own, which you should be able to do, then learning the rest is going to be a lot harder because it only gets harder from there. It gets harder every single day. So my tip is try and do that on your own first. If you can do that and you're still feeling good, maybe try and find a native Japanese speaker who is also working as a tutor. Try and get a private tutor. But it's an amalgamation of just like structured study with someone like that, private study using like textbooks and stuff, and then like Japanese learning apps like Wanikani. Migaku is a new one that's come out, I think, that was created by Dogen, which looks interesting, which like helps translate anime and drama and stuff, and then just like do mass immersion. So like watch as much Japanese and like learn and write down as many words as you can. Trying to learn kanji by writing kanji is like great. That's probably the best thing I did, was like learn the stroke order of every single kanji. And then that doesn't mean necessarily that you can like write it from memory every time. You should be able to if you learn them all. But what it means is that you know the stroke order. You learn like the general structure of kanji stroke order by doing that. And then that makes learning like a whole bunch of other Japanese way easier. But the thing to remember is that the journey never ends. So like people always say to me like, oh, are you fluent? And it's like, well, define fluent. And it's like, do I know all the Japanese words? No. Because like the learning never ends. It just goes forever. So, but like, as long as you know that early, you'll be okay. If you don't, and then you get hit by that a year or two in, it can be really disheartening. These are from release day. So the story is that fluent is when you stop getting compliment on your Japanese in Japan. Yeah, fluent is when I think it's when people in Japan stop speaking to you in English. I think that's like the better one, because like that would happen to me on this last trip. That was probably the first time in ages that it properly happened. The trip that I went in 2024, I didn't really speak a whole lot of Japanese because I was with non-Japanese speakers, so we just were like reverting to English most of the time. But this trip, because I was on my own so much, I was like just interacting in Japanese a lot. And when people would stop talking to me in English and stick to Japanese, I was like, finally, we're over the hurdle. That's when you know you're good. Fluent is when you can snap back with the same sarcasm. That's the next thing. I only did that a little bit. Okay, so the story here, actually, I think we're going to get an ad break, which is a great time for me to get a drink and then go to the bathroom. I can't dismiss this one any further. But the story here is that on release day, you could still get this for retail. And I was like, Bren, if you see it, like pick me up some boxes, please. And he was like, I got you, fam. So he picked these up for retail price down south of Japan, and he held on to them until he was ready to ship them, and I paid him, and then he sent them. But these are from December when there wasn't a lot of hype. And I was like, yeah, okay, this set is going to disappear. I'm going to get my boxes while I can. Am I going to open them all? Ooh. I do really want to treat this set like GX Tag All Stars. The GOAT set. All right. We're on an ad break. I'm gonna get a drink, go potty, and I'll come back. People get flamed when I do this. People flame me when I do this. Specifically Kygus. He gets really upset. He was making fun of me the other day. When I'm like, chat, which box do I open? I'm not gonna open all these boxes because I like to go in moderation. I actually have some ideas for these boxes. People were saying earlier, they were like, oh, a return to the Goon Cave if I go back to Japan. Yes, definitely a return to the Goon Cave if I go back to Japan. But that doesn't mean that I can't bring the Goon Cave here to Australia. Brent, if you open these, I wouldn't have hated you for it. I would have understood. But I would have been like, damn. But I also trusted you, and I knew you wouldn't. So I was like, it's chill. The Goon Cave. You don't know what the Goon Cave is? You didn't watch the, You didn't watch the Japan streams. Chat, we got a fake one in. We got a fake one here. Chat, we got a fake one. Are we opening them Goon style? We're not opening them Goon style, but I want to open some normal, and then I want to open some Goon style. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I'll watch the VOD later. Those streams were super late for me. You know, the old Tamid used to comment on my YouTube videos. Just saying. The old Tamid used to support with the usual easy engagement. Yeah, I'm putting you on blast. Fuck you, man. Old Timid used to comment, and the old jluv used to comment back every time. New Timid just doesn't comment at all, so I got no need to comment. I'm still commenting back. I reply to everyone, basically. Open second from the left. All right. Got work in 30? Well, get to work, buddy. Say comment one more time. Comment. I come in here all nice and stuff, blah, blah, blah. Get in line, buddy. How goes it? How you going, Soccer Tour? Where are the toes at? How to minus 20 viewers? I don't wear socks inside. It was cold last night, so I wore socks to bed. Not that anybody asked. Alright. I got me sleeves. I got me scalpel. When was the last time I opened a box of this on stream? It would have been December, right? What's better? Opening a pack, opening a prismatic ETB or a Terastal Festival booster box? If this does have the Umbreon in it, I will end the stream and book my Japan tickets right now. You had a procedure. What was your procedure, Sokatua? Yeah, it's got to be opening up a Terastal box over a fucking ETB, man. Those prismatic ETBs are criminal, man. That is criminal what TPCI did. They literally said, you want special art? That's literally what they said. They're fucking laughing in all our faces. I opened up a lot of ETBs. I opened up because there was a video that I did with eBay, and I actually opened up 3 ETBs for that because I was like, surely, because I wanted the video to bang, right? So I was like, I'll open up a few, and I'll like, surely we'll get like a fucking special art, dude. So I opened up one that was part of the brand deal, and then I opened up 2 personal ones because I was like, I just want to make this. I was trying to do like a really good job, so I was like, I'll make this bang. And yeah, no hits. Like there was just nothing in any of them. I think there was an Umbreon EX, like a regular, and that was it. Procedure was to reduce my chances of having to spend money on. You cut your fingers off. Buroron. Yukiwarashi. Love this card. Love this card. I was frothing this card when this first came out. Which set was this in? It wasn't in Night Wanderer. I feel like it was in the set before it. Iron Thorns. Dope card. Okay, Walk and Wake. Oh, I get it, Soccer. I understand. Did you say I didn't understand Alakazam? Didn't know Alakazam had feet like that? You're freaky, man. I know I'm putting the Poff in there. I should put the playables in one spot though. Oh, I can't talk about this because Bren says like he gets upset when I talk about buying and selling in Japan. So I won't talk, I will be loose. But let's just say somebody I know tried to sell a bunch of bulk in Japan. And the wait time to sell, along with a bunch of other cards, right? The wait time to sell the cards with the bulk was 4 hours. The wait time to sell it without the bulk was 30 minutes. I was like, damn. They were like, to this guy who was trying to sell stuff that I was watching, they were like, it's going to be 4 hours. And the guy was like, whoa, 4 hours. Like, is there any chance you could do it quicker? Because the guy had a flight back home to his loving family. And they were like, yeah, you have to get rid of all the bulk. And the guy was like, okay, I'll get rid of all the bulk. How do they price bulk? It just depends on if it's a playable or not. Thank you for the follow, X Shim X. Right on. I like this one. Oh, it's a Monkey Dory. We take that. That's a reminder. I need to build a deck for this weekend. Ooh, I thought it was Umbreon. That's actually decent. Fenzandipity. Kichikigizu. I hate saying that. Kichikigizu. Dope card. Buntojo. Do any other shops besides Cards Secret buy from foreigners? A guy I know said that PDG in Akihabara buys from foreigners. That's what I was told. PDG is like popping off. You see him all over social media at the moment. Friendly store too. Good luck at Melbourne. What am I going to play? It's a big secret. The answer is I don't know. I think I know, but I don't. But I actually need to like play that deck. What's the best bulk to sell to card shops? Fuck. How long is a piece of string? They're just going to be like a playable card, like Buddy Poffins, Techno Raiders are decent, Night Stretchers are good. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Ooh. I think that's good. Monkey Dory is good. I think this is good. I don't know. Like a lot of these cards are like, they printed the hell out of them because of these sets, but now they're not all easy to get. So, because like Terrafest is like drying up. Or it's like, it's in demand. It's being vacuumed out of Japan, the boxes. So the playables aren't getting into Japanese players' hands as easily. Would they not buy Watsy stuff? Oh. Like Watsy bulk? I doubt it. I think I'm going to sneeze. Hello, Diamond Hands. I did see you jump in. Diamond Hands, I need to send you your card. Or cards. Diamond Hand, I might be going back and I might have better luck finding the cards that you were looking for than I did this first time around. Why are Japanese trainers more expensive than the American ones? Because Japanese collectors favor Japanese trainers a little bit more than international collectors do. For reasons. Some good, some bad. Raid Legend TCG. What are your top 3 choices? What are my top 3 choices for what? I may have already forgotten what I was talking about. Do I think it's worth buying singles now or waiting a little longer? I think it's worth waiting a little longer. I think now's still a bad time to buy modern. Whoop. Oh, deck choices. It's a Pokeball. Haban Nomi. Brandy's going to freak out if there's an Umbreon in here. Not this one. I need to go into this weekend with as strong an advantage as I can. My deck choice is off meta because it's the only way I'm going to stand a chance. I haven't played competitive TCG since December. That's because I was prioritizing family and like content. And like I knew that the only way to make worlds was to just absolutely throw myself at the TCG. And I didn't want to do that this season. I wanted to like, I wanted to have my weekends back. So people ask me that a lot on YouTube, like when you're going to make competitive TCG vids again. And I'm like, I will one day, but not probably until next season. Just because like the Japan stuff is like really hard to do along with competitive TCG. So, but I had to take a break after December. I think I was just really burnt out. I was going to make a video talking about this. I was just like super burnt out. After Brazil, I was like burnt. This is a good card to sell back. Whoop. That's a good card to sell back. It's a great card to sell back. Prime Catcher. Espeon. You know, it would be nice to get like a God pack or like Umbreon. I'm not going to lie. I would like that a lot. So then I don't have to buy an Umbreon. I went to Milwaukee and I lost my winning into day 2. Brutal. Was that your first winning in?
Pussyo, My Little Pickle, Kombucha.
Play Guardy, it's
These
broken.
nuts. Have a nice
I could
day.
play Guardy. Guardy's probably the deck I remember how to play the most. Hot Cocoa, I still haven't picked a deck for this weekend. But you've got like shortlist decks. My deck choices are either Guardy or 2 off-meta decks. But yeah, I think now's a really bad time to buy singles. Ram, thank you so much for the Prime. Thank you for the 19 months. I responded to your comment, but I didn't say thank you. Thank you, King. Yeah, modern singles are like really, really expensive right now just because there's so much hype. I think they all have a way to fall. Dope card. Damn, it's not in here, is it? We're still on for a God pack. God, why does it take so long to get over a cold? Like, I just have like the nasally fucking after effects. Shigaroko. Neti. Fukamaru. Jiransu. Tetsu no Tokuga. Gachiguma Akatsuki EX. That's a good card. Subomi. I have not played in the Itchy Pollen meta. How crazy is that? You know what I might do after stream? Get ready for this fucking tournament. Probably get ready for this tournament.
My Little Pickle.
Carson 19, thank you so much for the
These
sub.
nuts. Have a nice day.
Thank you, you legend. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for the tier 1. That means a lot. That is hugely, hugely supportive of you, King. Three packs left. You bought your ticket to Japan. Interesting. What dates? Karubo. Kichikigisu. Ruchaburu. There's a bit of a meme with this guy in Japan. Unless maybe it's only a TCG Pocket thing. Whoop. Ooh, I think I have this one. Oh no, I don't. And that's just a Pokeball. These are dope. Oh, decent. Okay. You never say no to an evolution. I thought it might have been that. This one's kind of deceptive. Peter, welcome back. Oh, that's huge. That makes me want to just open up all 5. Holy shit. That makes me just want to rip them all, man. Oh, that's dope. Dude, the texture on this is crazy. What? I had not seen the texture like that IRL. How cool is the checker? Finally, an evolution that wasn't Vaporeon. That is dope. Okay, I know I will open up all 5 of these boxes. I won't open up all 5 today, but the other 3 are gooning. They're getting Goon Cave open. I still have listen, I still have an IRL stream kit. I can still do IRL out of Japan. Do I not have the set already completed? Ain't no way, dude. Nah, no way, no way. I haven't bought any. The only singles I bought were all of the SARs that weren't evolutions because they all bottomed. They literally all bottomed. And then they like bounced, they went back up. But there was a period where like they were all like 200 or 300 yen. Bro spends 2 weeks looking at cards. Sheesh, I've never seen the texture. I didn't look at this card up front. A lot of that trip was a blur. I mentally processed like thousands of cards on that trip. It was ridiculous in Japan. To the point where like I don't even know what I was looking at. In the end of it, I didn't even know what I was looking at, man. It all just became one. All I knew was that if someone asked like, did you see this card? Did you see that card? I'd be like, nah, I didn't see it once. Or like I saw it once or twice. Like Touch Generation by Komiya. I've heard so many people say Komiya that now I say it wrong. I saw it 3 times. 2 as a raw copy and 1 as a PSA 10. And the raw was like 40,000 yen. And the PSA 10 was 30,000 yen. And all I could do with that information was just process it and then continue with the filming. Because I was there to primarily film. I had no, like, that was the one regret of the trip. Which, in hindsight, like, I don't want to sound like I'm whinging, but like, the one regret was that I didn't have enough time to like do more, like, touristy stuff and like chill. I had to just like go. Why was the PSA 10 10k less? I don't know, but that's what will happen when you go to like 80 stores. You'll see like discrepancies between stores. Love this card. Love this card. Wani Noko. Ibi. Girugarudo. Nokokochi. Ibi EX. Sharitats. Moglu. Sweet. Do you get a third Pokeball? I think it's 3 yeah, it is 3 Pokeball. Did I'm not in the playable pile? It's not in the try and sell. If there was someone that was going to sell cards to a Japanese card store pile. But if someone was going to do that, they could put these 4 cards in that pile too. The Komiya Haunter Master Ball is a nice card. It is a nice card. The Gengar from 151 is drawn by Komiya as well, isn't it? That's why that Master Ball is so expensive. So you can still find the train SAR, right? That's a dope looking card. That would be sick as a Master Ball. Very cool. That was the one thing I didn't like about Terastal Festival. It just like, the packs like died in the ass at the end. Like they just like flatlined. Hey, technically I should put Frostlass in the playable. Alright, I'm gonna open up another box. Oh no, I know, I get it. I don't want it to sound like when I say that I'm like grinding you. Me sell my cards? Never. Do I look like a guy that sells his cards? I heed your warning, Bren. You give the strong, powerful advice. Are we in another ad break? Fuck, man. Twitch's ads are crazy. Are you seeing an ad? I feel like most people are subbed here. No, Brent, I know you don't care. I know I'm not fucking. Yes, I am with you. It's why when people say, where do you sell cards? And they ask that question in my videos, I'm just like, I cannot hear you. Do I like the Uniqlo Pikachu cards? I like all Pikachu cards. I feel like every single Pikachu card is like way too expensive now though. But like, that's just Pikachu cards, eh? I'm literally like, wait, there's this really funny clip. I might try and pull it up. I'm going to pull it up. It's from my second last day in Akihabara. And it's the moment that I saw the CP6 Pikachu. I'm gonna get this up on stream. This is a really funny clip. By the way, if you are in Australia and you have ever been interested in Volt X binders, you can now get Volt X binders within Australia, and you can use code okJLUV10 to get 10% off. So the full range is up on Amazon.com.au. And you can get all the range of SV1 to SV8 is there, 9 and 12 pocket. No 4 pockets just yet, but they are shipping from Amazon Australia, so you should get them within like a day or 2 or 3, depending on where you are. And okJLUV10 gets you 10% off, so do make sure to check out that if you have ever been interested. okJLUV10 always saves you 10% and gives a little kick back to old JLUV. We like giving a kickback to our mate JLo. So they're all here. My personal favorites, SV2, SV6, I think that is, and SV7. These two are my favorite. 3, sorry. Just because they're the binder that you can use as like any other binder, the most out of these. SV8 too. SV1 as well. Honestly, I feel like you can use all of them. I feel like the SV3 is probably the one that is the least like other set friendly. What will happen if I just buy and I do not use the promo? I will explode and disintegrate into 15 million little pieces of sadness. If you could use the code and let me know if it works, that would be great, because I'm a little bit worried that I'm not getting the affiliate kickback from that link sometimes, and that would make me sad, because we like money here at the okJLUV channel, and that is a good way to make a little bit of extra coin by affiliate marketing. But sometimes I feel like it glitches. So if you have used the code, please send me proof, and then I can be like, okay, it's working. Otherwise, it's not. I really want to show you this footage from this store in Akihabara where my brain literally exploded. My computer is going to be like, help me. Because did I have honey open? I thought I've removed honey. No, I've removed honey. Let's hope people don't use honey. Oh, yeah, that was in reference to Risa. All right, my computer's in struggle town, but let's have a look at this. You can see this moment where I see the price of this Pikachu card. Yeah, I think it's here. I'm gonna pause the music. So this is just me filming stuff for the vid. And I think it was just too congested there, so I was like, I'll come back later. Or maybe I'd already done it. I think it's here. Yeah, it's here. It's here. Wow. I thought I was stun locked for longer than that. I thought I was stun locked for longer than that. Do you hear this bit where I'm just like, wow. It's me just seeing this. Can you see this? This card as a PSA 10 is 480,000 yen now. That's 5,000 Australian dollars. Did I see any masked Pikachu promos in Japan? Have a couple and just want to know how much it's worth. Which ones? Because they're probably in this cabinet. I just can't believe this card is $5,000. Wild that it's so close to Gold Star Pika. This card is like, what, 5 years older? This was in a gift box though, so every time you bought that gift box, you did get this card. But Steve was telling me, I didn't know this, that Pokemon Steven, these cards were like almost always damaged because of the way that they were in the box, in the gift box. So getting a 10 is like difficult, but most 10s are damaged because of that. Oh, Astera, you know it too. The dates are actually on the slab. Oh, well, fuck me, all right. 2006, 2016. So 10 years older, and it's $700 more. That is that's a bit weird, but that's just the way it is. But I like this card being so expensive is crazy. I bought my copy. Listen, I could never sell my copy because it's in my Pikachu binder. But I did not pay anywhere near that much. Yeah, I'm a fake fan of PSA slabs. But you can hear this one bit. You'll hear me be like, wow. And that's me just processing that price. Wow. I remember the exact moment. I was just like, and the people standing next to me were just like, this guy all right? Wow. That is the genuine sound of someone who is like genuinely flabbergasted. A lot of the prizes in this cabinet were crazy though. Like this card here, the Battle Festa, I'll never get this card. Bit of a shame. I think it's one of the main Pikachu promos that I'm missing, but like I'm not paying that much. I missed the boat. This Battle Festa as well. This one's just way cooler because it's Naoki Saito. This is crazy. Shine collection. Pokekune, sorry. I mean, even $500 for the Sword and Shield promo. The 2015 one is ugly. $500 for this Worlds 2023 Worlds deck promo? Like, that's crazy, man. That is a dope card, though. There are some other Pikachus here if you guys want to see where things are at in Japan. Lola. I think one of the Vault X giveaway cards in the binder was like Pikachu wearing a hat. I was like, do they know? Do they know that Pikachu wearing a hat is very difficult right now? Or maybe it was like Pikachu holding an object. Some of them were like Pikachu in a costume. I was like, do they know? Do you know how much Pikachu in a costume is right now? It's a lot. But yeah, Pikachu cards are kind of wild at the moment. My poncho collection is literally off the roof. Yeah, that's why people love ponchos. Like, I saw this. I saw the Ray, and I was like, damn. Because I saw the Ray for sale for like 300,000 yen. And I was like, damn, that's a pretty good price. And if it was in good condition, then you just grade it. And then all of a sudden, it's like 820,000 yen, and then you can trade that or sell it and then get a whole bunch of other cards. Lots of interesting things you can do with cards if you have a lot of money. If you're a collector and you're just trying to like build your collection, there are lots of very interesting things you can do at the moment. If you sell like a lot of in-demand modern stuff and then go and buy out-of-demand vintage stuff, you can build a very sexy vintage collection. My Pikachu promo. I have one of those that my buddy gave to me to sell about 4 years ago, and I never sold it. Lazy as. It's in my Pikachu binder. And I saw the price. I think it's like 50,000 yen now. And I got to message him and being like, hey, I can still sell that if you want. Now's like a better time. We were in the same Pokemon Center together. And I lost mine. He has his, and I lost mine. My other buddy has one in his wallet. And it was like destroyed. All right, Terastal Fest. I'm gonna open up another box. Which box? I'm not gonna hold it up with a long ass vote. You just tell me. Box 3. All right, Kygus. That's it. Kygus wins. It's just, I'm making it. Actually, maybe I should have done bridge box. Too late. We're going with Kygus' call. Nah, because if I go back and I dawdle, Kygus will get upset. So, chat, am I actually going to do it? Am I really going to go back so soon? Fuck. Am I actually going to book the trip? Because if I book it, I'm literally going to book it like tonight. I'm just fucking sending it, aren't I? It feels crazy. But it's correct. It's like the correct thing to do, right? Once you decide, you can't edge it anymore. It is true. Do I have the funds? Yes. Ish. I can justify it. It'll be a bit of a hustle, but I can make it work. Obviously, the more that it feeds itself, the better it is for my partner. That's ultimately, at the end of the day, because that's where we're at now. If she ticks it off from the financial POV, then we're good to go. I was like, I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss Sigma. You know, I was like, I'm gonna miss being around. And she's like, it's just 10 days. I was like, bro, okay, I guess you don't give a shit. Like the 2.5 weeks for the last trip felt like a long time. How much are flights from Oz to Japan? Right now, they're 980 Australian dollars. So it's like, it's definitely very doable. But then it's like car hire, hotel. I've budgeted it. I know what it is. It's $3,000. Like it's car hire, flights, hotel, and then like daily expenses. Would roughly put it at about $2,500 to $3,000. That's without like buying any cards or like doing anything else. That's the benefit of living in Australia in respect to traveling to Japan. It's like pretty decent. All right. Nokoch. I didn't actually spend that much on cards on this trip. I had to be on my best behavior. I did buy a lot of bulk though. I'll show you in the video. Booster. So one thing I didn't like about Terrafest, it's like after you see the X, the rest of the pack is like, yeah. The playables do seem to be at the back though. Like you guys saw, there was like a stream where I was like, fuck chat. Do I spend like $200 on like bulk, or do I spend $200 on like a cool E-series card? And we all agreed, like, get the cool artist binder cards. And then I went to checkout and it was like 7,600 yen. I was just like, what? I thought I had way more bulk here. Because E-series has just gotten like super, super expensive now. I think people are like shifting over to vintage and E-series now. Sarunori. Keishi. Fukamaru. Burujurasu. Mouthful. Burijurasu. Burijurasu. Ah. Guradon. This card's dope. Did I tell you guys about the playable? The card store that I went into where I was speaking to the card store owner and he was telling me about Groudon Art Rare and like how it like changed things in his store. And then like so like when all the art rares were peaking in English, they were like observing that and being like, oh, okay, we better like put the price up. He was like telling me about like their rationale and stuff. It was really fun. It was a really good, very insightful moment. This last trip was definitely the most like, man, I'm glad I know how to speak Japanese of all the trips. Cause like I learn a lot just by like chatting to people. Collecting specific artists gives a fresh new angle to collecting Pokemon. Thanks for the inspiration. That's why we do it. You know, it's a tough time to collect because accessibility is at an all-time low. But if you shift your mindset and find interest in like different parts of the space, you can still collect. It's just a different way, which is dope. We take that. That's where like most of my thrill from buying cards in Japan on this last trip came from. All right. These can just go wherever. Still no VIP. Bren, this is box 2. You want VIP? Alright, I can VIP you. Bro just demanded VIP. I once managed to do a 22-day trip around Japan and all said and done on a $4,000 budget. AU or US? Seems about right. Vessel's decent. Love this Leafeon. Beautiful Leafeon. That's pretty good. Yeah, that sounds about right. Honestly, the biggest trap in Japan is like eating expensive. The best way to save money on that trip is just sticking to like sub 1,000 yen meals. And it's so easy to do. But sometimes you just like really let yourself go and you're like, you know what? Tonight I'm going all out. and then you find yourself spending like 3,000 or 4,000 yen. And it feels bad because you know that you could have spent like 1,000 yen on dinner and still gotten a good feed. It's like when I went to that Wagyu beef place, the steakhouse on the corner near Harajuku in Akihabara, where you guys were like, "Oh, it's good, it's good." Yeah, it was good, but it was like 3,000 yen, and it wasn't like to die for, but it was still good. But then I was like, "Damn, 3,000 yen dinner." Can you tell I'm a tight ass? Just a little. Love that Alakazam. Ooh. Oh, Pokeball. Okay. I'm getting baited. Sylveon. Sylveon EXSAR would be dope. Either of those two. Take a little bit of pressure off the master set, you know? Do I see Terastal and Hot Air getting any cheaper? Hot Air got cheaper. Like, it is getting cheaper. You can find it around Tokyo for like 7,000, 7,500 yen now. As for Terrafest, still pretty in demand. Terrafest is like the go-to like rip and shipper product. So for as long as that is like the product that most people who are going to rip and ships are buying, it will not, like, they're just, TBC Japan is not printing enough to satiate the international pressure being put on it by rip and shippers. How did I compare Tokyo versus Osaka? Osaka was way better. Tokyo just was like I know I was a tourist, but there was just way too many tourists. Like, it's just, you can't move, man. And like, you guys kind of saw this in the streams when I was like competing with like people in stores. Do you guys remember from the streams, or if you saw them in the YouTube vids? By the way, we have turned most of the streams into vids on the YouTube channel. They're on a playlist. Where like I'd go in a store, be like, "Oh, that's a cool promo. I'll pick that up." And then like someone else would go and look at the cabinet and then buy the cards, and I'd go back and I'd miss out. So then like eventually I had to start like rushing with my purchases. That happened in like 1 out of 3 stores, which was like really made it like miserable because you felt like there was like a time pressure in the store. Yeah, when you get to your favorite store, but the vacuum got there 3 minutes before you. Really, it's literally what it felt like. Didn't have that in Osaka, but when we went in 2024, it wasn't in this hype period, so it was a bit different. Goldengo. That's a good card. That's a good card. That's a good card. Terastal is fun to open. The P cards are high, but I think V-Star Universe was probably a more fun holiday set. I think V-Star Universe was a more fun set to open as well. I agree. Just because I think character rares are better than Pokeballs. Pokeballs are nice, but I prefer character rares. Art rares. Whoop. Another Pokeball. This one's dope. Uta. Thought that was Arita for a second. Yeah, V-Star and Climax were much more fun experiences, I think. Terrafest is definitely more fun than Shiny Treasure EX, though. Shiny Treasure EX was not the most fun to open. It was fun when it was sub-retail, but I never really had an itch like, man, I really want to open up some Terrafest right now. I didn't open much stacks, man. But I think when I did open it, I did get Gardevoir in one stream, so that was kind of dope. Technically, that's a playable. Okay, Himbos. Hitotsuki. Kichikigizu. Oh. Oh, okay, not bad. You take it. I think this is technically, I think this is like a kind of underrated card. So no Umbreon. But it's a decent hit. There are worse hits in this set. I think this is super, super underrated. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. I'm so sorry. No, I'm holding it. I think if this set didn't have all the evolutions in it, this would be like one of the chase cards from the set, just given the illustrator. Texture does go hard on this. I had picked up a few of these just because I was like, it was like 2,000 yen. I was like, nah, man, that's too good for a box hit. So I think I have like 3 or 4 of these now. Not a bad card to have a few of, though. Will make excellent trade bait in the future. Anything not Eevee is slept on so hard in this set. Yep, pretty much. It is how it is, man. This card is super dope. This is definitely one of the best cards from the set. This and the Fruit Box Eevee. Just because of, like, the lore behind them makes them, like, fucking just, like, insanely good. That and Raging Bolt EX. I think Uninori is going to be like one of the... I think Uninori has potential to be like a Shinji Kanda-esque glow-up artist. In that if they draw like one really, really dope card this year that's on like Giratina level, the way Shinji Kanda did, then everyone is going to be like all over Uninori. But because they've only drawn like... They haven't drawn like... because Shinji Kanda, like, I think a lot of us when we were like, when I was opening up heaps of packs in that like dead period, when Shinji Kanda like came onto the scene, we were like, man, Shinji Kanda cards are like really good. A lot of us knew and we were like, these are dope. And then they drew the Giratina, and then because it was Giratina, then everyone was like, holy shit, Shinji Kanda, which was good. So like they were getting their flowers respectfully. But then like the rest of their portfolio gained a higher appreciation because of the energy and the momentum that the Giratina brought them. So if Uninori gets a card like that, let's say they draw like, I don't know, because they did draw Nidoking, and I thought that might be like the impetus that could have like stimulated it all. But if they get like a legendary, you know, if they did like a Mew or something, or like if they do a Charizard, if they do a Charizard, that would be a card that I would like, Charizard, holy shit, I'd like lose it for. Then I think people will like look back on the rest of their cards and be like, whoa, actually this artist like has been incredible. The same way they did with Shinji Kanda. I think Nidoking in English will perform well. Yeah, I think Nidoking is going to be more popular as an English card than as a Japanese card. Which is why I'm like kind of waiting for the Team Rocket. Someone said, can you crash Team Rocket singles? Like, I wish. I'm waiting for them to get like a bit cheaper, because then I will pick up that single. I was very tempted to pick it up multiple times on the trip, but I held back because I still think that those cards can get a bit cheaper. Especially where I'm going if I go back, which it's looking like I will. How many boxes opened by this Papega? This is the second box, CD. But I think we're all out of hits now. Take that. Maximum Bolt. It's alright. Terrapoggers. Can't hit that Sylveon special art rare. Decent. Getting that Jolteon was a highlight. I have 3 Vaporeon and 2 Leafeon, I think. I'll show you. I'll show you my Terrafest cards. I want to say binder, but it's not really my binder. I did see Akin Titan, who still hasn't set up his YouTube channel, by the way, who I would love to shout out with his YouTube channel, but I can't. It's coming. Akin Titan has a complete, like a master set of Terrafest that he did on like week 1 or something. It was like ridiculous, right? So I've seen a master set of Terrafest in person, And holy, is that binder heavy, man. The binder is heavy as hell. You want to trade? Yeah, bring it on Saturday. I'll bring the rest of your cards. Actually, Harry, I'll bring your cards too. I can bring everyone's cards on Saturday. Let's go. Well, you want to trade Sylveon for Vaporeon straight up? That's crazy. I win that trade on value. Oh. I didn't put any of my circles in the binder. That's a big boo-boo. I fucked up. It's kind of hot and then the cold here, so then these are going to get all warped now, which is kind of lame. You misread. No! Did you just forget on the day? Bro. How did you misreg? It was open for so long. I forgot until like 30 minutes after and I still didn't miss. What? Welcome back, Mitchie. All right. The strat is to throw the rubbish on the ground and then sort it out all at the end. Chat, is this a decent time zone to time to stream? Or would you prefer that I stream earlier? What's up? Hey. You logged in 2 hours late. Yeah, see, I think I logged in like 40 minutes late, but I was still okay. You prefer earlier. Chat, I fucked up. I gotta do this now. I can't put them in the box. It brings bad energy. I should have been doing this as I was going. Lola, what are you even crying about? My partner just came home. Lola was crying at the door because she was in the car because Sigma was still sleeping. So Lola was crying the entire time. Then my partner comes inside. Lola's still crying. She's a little crybaby. Huge sook. Prefer earlier. Started at 8 p.m. Central, perfect for us Westerners. As a West Coaster in Canada, this time is fantastic. I think this time is just bad for the East Coast because they're like, I'm tired, and they go to bed at like 10 p.m. I wonder if I'm going to get in trouble for like... This is what I mean. Like, I wonder if I'm going to get in trouble for like calling out a store or stores that get on their shit like that and start like threatening customers. It's what I mean. Like, it sucks. Like, I feel like the longer I do this content thing and I have to rely more on like brand deals and stuff or work towards them, the more I lose my voice. I think that's why people just take the VPN brand deals, because it's like, yeah, okay, look, I make videos about like, I don't know, video essays about like global warming. Yeah, I'm taking the VPN deal because it's out of my niche and it's like so not controversial. Whereas it feels like a lot of TCG, ooh, shit, son, has to take like the, hang on, I gotta swap. All right, I'm good. What was I saying? I bet it can't be important because I forgot. And if you guys forgot, then it definitely wasn't important. What did I say? Nerd? Agree. Any hits? Yeah, we got some hits. Volt X. Use jLUV's code. Okay, jLUV 10. Chat, we have so many codes for Volt X. Well, I got a tweet notification. Someone's going to be like, blah, 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 blah. This guy's still going. This is crazy. Chat, can I just say that this is crazy? I just need to say that this is fucking crazy, man. Okay, I'm just gonna say. Oh Lord, give me the strength I need to reply to this tweet without calling this person something that will get me in very, very big trouble. Please give me the strength and power I need to not call this person. Please, God, give me the strength. Okay. Okay. Oh, I gotta reply twice. I can do this. Okay, I'm moving on. I really do mean that. Like, when something bad happens, or like someone's doing something bad, and then somebody makes it like, and says like, hey, this is like pretty shit or ordinary. And then you have people run in and like deflect by saying like, wait a second, it's not all LGS or it's not all stores. It's like, dude, we fucking know, like we actually know, and I'm not saying it was all LGS. What you're doing right now is really fucking annoying and is not helping shit. So please just shut up. Is what I would love to say there, but I can't because that will make people upset. Yeah, I know I just said it, but I didn't say it on Twitter, so it's different. If I say it on Twitter, it's like a binding contract. Yeah, I said on, it's different. I said it on stream. I did hit them with as per my last tweet. Dude, I'm gonna make sure. If you type sure, I'm gonna make that a bannable offense in here. Someone said, "Did you get any hits?" Yeah, I did. Okay. These are my Terrafest cards so far. Ah. My girlfriend is an op now. She just sits in the other room and then like... My girlfriend may as well be the fucking guy on Twitter, dude. She just like sits there and waits for an opportunity to shit on me. Terrafest's so nice in a binder. Once I start opening up my mail, I will start putting my Terrafest binder together. I guess I can put that there. Do I want to call this like... There's no order to this. This is all done. I refuse to engage with that debate lord shit on Twitter anymore. Not worth the mental strain. Jake, I'm so with you. My new rule is I will only do that on stream because it's also entertaining. But I will not do it in private because it's like minus 20 minutes and that is like a lot of time. Like, dude, they're still fucking replying. Fuck off. My next reply is going to be like, fuck off. Literally, my next reply is going to be like, dude, shut the fuck up and fuck off. Yeah, I hit Vaporeon 3 times. Not a bad problem to have. I hit Leafeon once, and I love the card, Duosasimo. I hit Glaceon once and Jolteon once. I think I hit Iron Hands, but I bought it. I hit Blood Moon Ursaluna. I hit her twice. That's the first time I hit that, but I bought it. So I think I have a lot of like the EXs as doubles. And this is just like a random... This is like I opened mail and I didn't know where to put it. There's that Meowth that we were talking about. Hey, Formula, come on, man. No more swearing, Christy, in the house. All right, all right. Yeah, I said something really filthy to my partner, not at her. I was like, oh, this is, I can't even repeat it. It was disgusting. And she was like, not in front of Sigma. And I was like, true? I gotta be more careful. He's getting older. These are just random cards, I think, from mail that I didn't know where to put. I think this came from the last mail day. 3 Vaporeons is a little sus. Hey, I can't do anything about it. It was put up. It was put on to me. Tell him join the stream so that jluv can scold him fast. Yeah, that's my biggest fear. Look, unfortunately, Sigma is going to get you'll have a very broad vocabulary. When he says his first word is when I start censoring myself. Harry, I did see that. That was actually so sad what happened to your Marnie promo. Would little Sigma graduate to old Sigma? Well, I think he would graduate to Sigma male, right? Somebody said they want to see my artist binder. I do really need to sit down and start putting my artist binders together properly. This is just like a bit of a glimpse of some of the stuff that I've got. Little Sigma gonna say it. He's gonna say start crying, dude. I don't know if you can find cards like this in Japan anymore. Holy... What? Yeah, I don't think you can find cards like this anymore. They're like slowly disappearing. Will he take over this channel in 20 years? What? Where am I going to go? I'm not going to... What? Am I going to die? I'm still going to be here. I have so many random cards like this just lying around. I really got to make that video showing you guys my pickups. These, I made a big boo-boo. These were supposed to go into the... oh my god, I forgot to put these in the video. Wow. Wow. Okay, let's do that now. You know the video where I showed you where I built the artist binder, right? The one that I put up last month. These cards are all part of that video. And I forgot to put them in the video. I forgot that I put them in this binder for a different clip thing that I made. And so because I forgot that I did that, they didn't go into the video in the end. I was rushing so bad to get that video done before I left just quietly. Many mental breakdowns were had because of that. But I got it done, so that was dope. Because I ended up finding a lot of Fukuda cards in that store. The Corki Saito binder needs like a significant amount of time put into it to put it like in order and stuff. I got a few more pickups while I was in Japan on the last trip. It's just technically I lied because I actually ended up with way more cards. But I can do that now. All right. This Scyther is a great Corki Saito card, just quietly. Is there anything else here that I should put in it? I don't think I got any of these on the last trip. So they don't count. Okay. All right. This is... Himeno. So these cards I got from that same store in Nagoya that now no longer exists. Dice Roll. Some dope Himeno cards. Excuse me. These are all Fukuda. Yep, Fukuda, 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 Fukuda. Nice. Snooze. Snooze the ad break. Alright, so this is Himeno. Why do I have two gaps there? I don't know. I can put these there. How clean is this? I love this binder. I actually need a... When I made the video, I put two binders together. So like I put the Nishida binder halfway through. But I think I'm going to have to split them up now because the amount of... Like I got like a lot of bulk for these artist binders. And I think now they're going to need their own respective binder. Will you sort these in order to better see what's missing? I probably should, but... I think I will soon. Probably if I do this next Japan trip and then once I get back from that. It's just too much to take on now. Because like the priority is to like start editing like a madman before I potentially go back. Like the psycho that I am. This is by far the best Boltex binder, by the way, just because this is metallic. Like this zip being metal is so dope. I think this is my favorite of theirs. This binder is dope. The Kamiya binder is fucking clean, dude. I was cooking when I built this. I've got to make the, I'm going to film that video showing all the pickups I got in Japan. And then I'll start putting some of those cards into this binder so you guys can see. I think I already have a cherubi in here. Do I? No. Cool. Have I decided during this stream to go back? Pretty much everyone is saying just do it. Everyone's just saying just do it and figure it out later. Which is like really easy for people to say, but also is like probably the mentality I need to have with it because like my time is running out. I feel like I just got to shoot the shot and just go. I don't know, because like it just, like we have all agreed that it makes sense. Like from a vibes POV and then even from like a channel like growth if we want to like break that parasocial sort of barrier and like talk about the behind the scenes stuff. Like obviously had the most growth during that period. People liked the content the most during that period. So like all signs point to yes. It's just like, all right, I'm doing it. It just feels like self-indulgent, but it's not for the, it's for the right reasons. Like it's not for wrong reasons, you know? It's to go back and make more cool vids and like make more cool content. So what if I move to Japan? I've said this before and I don't always like, I feel like people get tired of hearing this answer, but if for me to do that, my only condition to move to Japan is to be like a fucking millionaire. Because like, I don't want to live there and do like the work-life balance. I want to like temporarily be there. I don't want to like, I want to have it as like a home base, as like a home away from home. But like to do that, you need to basically do the PewDiePie model. So Trouble Oct and I managed to get a booster box and ETB pre-order of Destin. Huge little opening for the family there. Start buying Powerball then, Julian. Well, it's either that or work really hard here. That's why I'm trying to work really hard here. Yeah, it's like, it's not like a necessity. It's just like, you know, a little personal goal of mine is to do what PewDiePie did. But there's a lot of work to do to get to that point. But I think that work involves like taking more risks and more jumps and like going back when it feels like anxious or like a bit uncomfortable, but that's part of it. I saw this tweet the other day. It was like, if you fart, no one's going to remember after like a few days, but people will remember forever if you shit yourself. So try to shit yourself more. And I was like, so fucking true. You need, like, if you want people to remember you, you need to shit yourself. That's dumb. It doesn't mean to literally shit yourself a lot. It's not, it's a smart metaphor. You need to do things that make you shit yourself. When did I start learning Japanese? 2013, when I came back from my first trip. Am I frothing over the next set? I am. It's part of why I want to go back. I want to cover it. You just shit yourself? You're taking the advice already. Perfect. Perfect. You know who else shits themselves every day? Little Sigma. And look at him go. He's cooking. Brodox's whole family in one stream. It doesn't matter. Nobody remembers her name anyway. It's not her that they want. It's me. Just use the Vault X code. Let's go. Thank you, Harry. Now I can check if it actually works. Complete the set during release would be a good video. Nicholas, I think it may send me truly bankrupt. I would not be welcomed back in the house if I did that. Oh, man. Harry, can you send me a screenshot of that? Just over Discord, if you can, please. Because I have a very scary, sinking feeling that, You guys are getting the discount, which is fantastic, but it's not tracking on my side, which is depressing. Because I'm doing all this and not getting the affiliate component of it, which is like pretty dope, I'm not gonna lie. But not getting it is feels bad, man. This game is hard. So many moving parts. How many good Reshiram cards are there before the pump? Like all of them? Is there a bad Reshiram card? Does that mean that the Reshiram and Zekrom from Dream League is gonna pump? Yeah, Optimal, if you can send me that screenshot too, that'd be huge. Especially if you bought 5. I'm open book, open secret with you guys. It's tracked 1 sale, which I find difficult to believe. Part of me was like, maybe there's just not that many sales happening. That's okay. But then when you guys are like, Jay, we just use your code, I'm like, thank you. And then like it doesn't reflect. I'm like, oh man. I'm glad you guys got the discount. That also hurts me though on my side. Maybe there is a delay. Maybe. That's what I'm hoping. But I'm just trying to stay on top of it because every little bit counts. Can you guys hear Sigma in the background? It's his new thing. He just wails now. He wants to play like all the time, which is great. We had a day, a friend of mine came and visited, and we just sat on the floor with him all day. We have like a memory foam rug that's like really comfy, so we just sit there and play with him, and he loved it. He was a good, quiet little boy all day because everyone was playing with him. But we can't play with him all the time. Like, mum's got to do stuff, dad's got to do stuff. And when we're not playing, he's like, hey, come and play with me. The discount code is okJLUV10. It should get, I mean, it seems to be getting people 10% off. So that is definitely the code. It's just my personal issue is that I'm not seeing the kickback on the other end. So that kind of stings. I don't know why. But if you guys share those screens with me, that helps me then send it on to Voltex and be like, hey, some of these aren't getting picked up. Please help me. It's all good. You guys have been subbing a shit ton. You guys have been donating a shit ton. You guys have been gifting a shit ton. It makes up for it. If I didn't have that, I'd be in the bin. Get this man's a house in Japan. We're working towards it. We're working towards it. That's the dream. All right, what is the rest of the week looking like? So, like I said, I was a bit sick over the weekend, so I didn't stream since, what day was it? It was like Tuesday. What do I want to do for schedule? Well, I do want to get back into like the regular schedule. I kind of want to do what I said before I left, which was have a routine and a schedule that I post at the start of the week, so you guys know like this day, because it kind of just it changes depending on what I'm doing during the week. How long? It would be like relatively soon. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'll figure it out. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go work out what I gotta do the rest of the week, get some content stuff rolling, some editing started, and then I will work out what my stream routine is gonna be like, probably for late this week, next week. I do have Melbourne Regionals this Saturday, so I kind of want to like spend a bit of time getting ready for that. I don't love the idea of sitting here playing TCG live, but that's something I could do. Well, you know what I want to do? I want to do a Goon Cave opening. So maybe I'll do an IRL stream later this week. Actually, that's probably what I'll do. I'll do an IRL stream later this week and I'll open up the rest of these. That's what I'll do around Melbourne. I'll work out what day, and I'll give you guys like 24, 36 hours notice. So if you're in the Discord, you will get a heads up. What will be the next conference you will go in Melbourne? Conference? Or do you mean like card con? Like convention? Probably There's one on the 25th, and then there's one on like, there's Hobby Hangout. It could be Hobby Hangout. It could be Hobby Hangout. It depends. That'll be the day before I potentially leave to Japan on this trip. So I might miss Hobby Hangout. We'll see. But the one on the 25th I want to go to because I want to sell some stuff before I go to Japan. IRL tournament check-in and Goon Cave opening. Potentially could do that on Friday. Yeah, maybe I do that on Friday. Yeah, maybe. I like that. I reckon I can hit up a few card stores and then do an opening somewhere. And then check in and then go home. Yeah, I like that. That's not bad. Okay. Good idea, Formula. Thank you. Okay. I'm calling it for today. That is today's stream. Chat, if you are not yet a VOD viewer, please go and subscribe to the VODs channel. That would actually be huge. I want to get that channel up to 1,000 subs. It's hard, but all VODs will end up on that channel. There's a bit of a backlog. There's like 2 Japan streams, a mail day stream, last week's stream, this stream. So there's like 6 streams that'll go up there. But if you want to watch the VODs, that is the best place to do it. There's a whole bunch of content there. It's not bad. I reckon it's pretty good. But if you could just hit sub there, help us get to 1,000 subs, that'll be huge. Otherwise, you can join all socials. They're all up on the screen. Just at jluv anywhere, either Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. You can join our Discord. That's where you get like all the updates and stuff that you need. But that's it for today. I'm going to call it. I'm going to get some lunch. I got a meeting in like 20 minutes. And then it's some more content. Blank Turk, no, thank you for coming down and hanging out. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the ride. Peter, take care. Optimal, thank you as always. So good to have you. Nicholas, as always, again, thank you. So good to have you join us. You bloody legend. Guy from the crowd, Asteri with the resubs, Kaiges, Pseudo Zora, Soul71, CC Fishy, thank you so much. Atrocious Jake, Harry West, Bren, Jake, Meme Seeks, Rem, and Carson, thank you guys so much. So much support today. You guys are legends. Thank you. Thank you, jluv. When is next stream? Sorry if I missed it. It will potentially be in about 2 or 3 days. I will post it up somewhere. I'm going to try and get into more of a routine. And if I do head back to Japan, there will be a very rigid schedule for streams so you guys know exactly which days I'm doing what. CC Fishy, thank you for your support. It's good to have you here. Lobao, as always, thank you. Cad, take care. Asteri, thank you. I was feeling pretty ass. Christy, take care. Loved seeing the photos of you guys, by the way. So cute. I'll send you some. Remind me. I'll send you some as soon as I get off stream. Kaigas, thank you, King. Buzz Bunny, thank you so much for your dono. Thank you for your support. Imagine arriving as the stream is ending. Classic Blondie. Nah, you're good, bro. We gotta catch up tonight. Chad has pushed me towards booking these flights. Reshnex, thank you so much for coming down. All right, chat. That's all for now. Expect a new YouTube video later in the week. Until then, see you on the other side. Take care of yourselves. Thanks for putting up with my shit. Peace out, apples. Thank you as always. And thank you to everybody else who joined. Shimex with the follow, joining us. Ghost Patrol, ARS. Thank you so much, guys. All right. Peace out, Peter. Thank you. Harry West, I think you were out there as well. Formula. Have a good one, guys. Okay, I'm going for real. See ya. Bye.